Back. You may see quite a few people wearing purple tomorrow, and there's a very special reason why. March 26th is an important date for the Epilepsy Center of Northwest Ohio. This afternoon, we have Roy Cherry, the CEO of Epilepsy Center of Northwest Ohio, to talk more about raising awareness. First of all, let's talk about tomorrow. Thanks for being here. What's the significance of March 26th?
So March 26th is Purple Day. It was started by a girl out of Nova Scotia, actually, that had epilepsy. And she wanted a day around the world that everybody recognized epilepsy. And so she got in connection with the Epilepsy Foundation in New York City, and they together created this Purple Day. So every March 26th, everybody's encouraged to wear purple. A lot of other epilepsy foundations and centers do different events and things to spread awareness about epilepsy.
Roy, how prevalent is epilepsy? And let's start there. Is it like 1 in 50 kids have it, or how often are we going to see this?
It's probably 1 in 50 people could have epilepsy. It could be kids, it could be adults. Most cases begin in childhood. So like around 75% of epilepsy begins in childhood. But about 2 to 3% of America has epilepsy. And a lot of people don't know that, and it's not something that is talked about a lot. I think a lot of people who have epilepsy are quiet about it. They don't like to talk about it. They're afraid that they'll get a bad stigma about it, whether they're in school, the kids might pick on them, or whether they're working and the employer gets nervous about it. And so we're here to, from the Epilepsy Center, really to kind of get rid of those stigmas. We want to make sure that employers understand what epilepsy is, if they have an employee who has it, what to do if they have a seizure, or teach the kids about it, teach the teachers about it as well.
How far have we come in the last, let's say, 20 or 30 years in treating it with medications? It's not something therapy's not going to help epilepsy. It's a biological issue that needs to be addressed with medicine. What have we been able to do, or is it like putting out fires as they occur?
Well, I mean, there have been lots of different medications over years and years, and they keep developing new ones because, different types of epilepsy are affected by medications differently. Hopefully, in 2/3 of the cases, epilepsy can be controlled with medication, meaning if you stay on your medications, you don't have any seizures. The most important thing is to stay on those meds. You come off them, you could have a breakthrough seizure, and you kind of have to start all over. There's been also new medications that have been developed out of the cannabis plant. People have probably heard about that a lot. That is been developed into an actual medication that can help a certain type of epilepsy that isn't controlled by seizures, but this reduces the amount of seizures a child might have.
And also, sometimes as you get older, your resistance to the drug begins to grow, or your body's needs change as you get older.
Yeah, I mean, in some cases, you might even grow out of epilepsy as a child. We've had people that has happened to as well.
Have we learned what causes epilepsy?
That's the tricky part. I mean, we know what epilepsy is, but what causes it, there has not really been a strong correlation to anything except for traumatic brain injuries. That's been the only thing that's really has a strong correlation to epilepsy. A lot of times it may not even, it's genetics don't have a lot to do with it. If you had epilepsy, your child doesn't mean they're going to have epilepsy. So it's just how the brain develops and what, disconnects in the brain.
So let's go now to you're the head of the Epilepsy Center, Northwest Ohio. What does your office do? What's your service to people, families?
So that was part of what I was talking about as far as getting out there and educating employers about epilepsy, spreading awareness. We do presentations for schools. Ever since Sarah's Law passed recently, which requires schools to have seizure action plans and making sure the students have that information to their teachers, the nurses, they all have the training to do what happens when somebody has a seizure. Those are the things that we help with and try to get the message across.
Now, you've got the Purple Day egg hunt coming up. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so it's the first time we're doing the Purple Day egg hunt. We are having an egg hunt tomorrow out at our agency, which is on 1701 Holland Road in Maumee, Ohio. And it starts at 4 o'clock and the ages 12 and under. Since Easter was close, we thought we'd tie it into the Purple Day event. But it's we'll have different age groups to hunt for eggs. We're going to have lots of prizes, good food. We'll have 150 cupcakes that are purple there for people to have, some activities, crafts, a lot of fun for kids. And this is for all kids, whether they have epilepsy or not.
And also, if let's say I'm a parent and I just learned my child may have epilepsy, they want to learn more about it and reach out and experience others, what's a way to contact your outfit?
Yep, I would call us at the office at 419-867-5950, or you could reach us in the website at epilepsycenter.org. We have an ability for people to communicate us through that. So those are the areas that people could come out and contact us. They can always reach me at rcherry@epilepsycenter.org. I'm happy to answer any of the questions and help, because that is a very important part. When you first are diagnosed with epilepsy, whether it's a child or yourself, what do I do? What does it mean? People get really scared, and we're there to help them find the resources.
It is life-changing. It's going to be difficult for a parent to find out their child has epilepsy, and the first question is, well, how severe is it? Is it manageable, or because I have a cousin whose son is epileptic, and it's changed. It's been very difficult for the family.
Yeah, it can be extraordinarily difficult. We also have a family camp in August that we do over a weekend where families, individuals with epilepsy can come out, and it's a great connecting point. They share the challenges that they face with each other. So, yeah, that's the things that we're here for.
Roy, thank you very much.